What is this? Some kind of clamp I found among old jewelry. Approximately 2.5 long, considerable clamping force with soft rubber pads, locks closed. This clamp was among an older lady's jewelry collection. Wedge lock is printed on the locking lever in stylized letters. We would like to know its purpose. It's a grid and line clamp. It holds the tile grid together for pop riveting or aligning. Can also be used to hold jewelry pieces for wire wrapping or making wire jewelry. Some sort of barbecue utensil. It came in a set with tongs, a spatula, and an apron. It's about 4 inches. The holes increase in size. Stainless steel, I believe. Not able to find anything about this online. What is it? It's a wire grill scraper. The different holes represent different diameters and widths of wire. Can someone please explain the cup holders at Gillette? I've been to dozens of Pats and Revs games at Gillette, and I've always been curious about the seemingly over-designed cup holders. What is the space on the left supposed to be for? And the little things on the right? My friends and I have our pet theories, but I'm curious if anyone knows the actual reasons. The slot on the left can be for cell phones, or small food items, or handheld radios for people who wanted to listen to the radio broadcast while at the game. The nub sticking up on the right is so they can tether giveaways to the seat, such as a small bag. The hole beneath it is probably a giveaway that has a stick, such as a mini flag, or maybe for pens or pencils. What is this pipe coming out of the wall? It's on the outside of my friend's apartment but inside the stairwell on the 3rd floor. The bottom piece looks like you can turn it, but I've never tried it. It's only a few inches long, maybe 1 to 3 inches. I've searched for a wall valve, key, pipe, and apartment, but haven't come up with much. It's an antique Victorian brass gas shut-off valve. Might be painted over because it's not connected. What is this long metal spiral with a latch and loop? There is a latch that closes over the opening. A small loop of metal is bent into a circle at the top. Is it for looping strings through? I found it left out on garbage day. It's a bird food holder for a parrot. You can use a large bird fruit fork to penetrate the fruits, like apples and pears or other birds' favorite snacks. What are these lines in northern Canada? I was flying over northern Canada yesterday and looking through the window at the gorgeous landscape below. I noticed these straight lines that obviously weren't roads and was wondering what they were. There were several, and some had forks in them, like the one in the picture. I thought they might be power lines, but they did seem to go also through areas where I couldn't see any roads nearby. They are called seismic lines. Their purpose is to clear paths for machines to place explosives to measure seismic responses in the search for petroleum deposits. They are the most common human-built disturbance in northern Alberta. Estimates vary, but there could be up to 1.8 million kilometers of seismic lines in the province. What is this strange mirrored panel above the bath in my new UK apartment? I just moved into my first UK apartment, and there's this odd little panel above the bath. It's plastic, fixed to the wall, and has a small red light at the bottom that is always on. It has no markings or numbers anywhere that I can see. My first thought was that there is a hidden camera behind it, but I wanted to check with locals before doing anything drastic. Pretty sure that's a TV. Grab a universal remote and see if you can get it to turn on. It's a pretty awesome feature. What is this metal thing I found in a river? It is quite heavy, seems to have a screwable top part, and has 41 DKT written on it. Found in a river in Estonia. It is roughly 6.5 centimeters by 3 centimeters in size. I would say it weighs around the same as a rock of this size, maybe slightly more. The top and bottom might be made of aluminum, as a magnet does not stick to those parts. That is a fuse or pressure trigger for an anti-tank mine. During the war, the Germans adopted a series of 3-character codes that identified manufacturers of weapons and ammunition. The DKT would be the code for the maker of the firing device. The 41, more than likely, is the year the item was manufactured. What is this wooden rack or form of some sort? I found it at a yard sale in West Virginia. It is a long, approximately 4-foot long wooden object with 2 clothes hanger shaped attachments that it rests on. There is metal hardware in the larger size. I live in West Virginia, so it's possible it is a farming tool. This is the stand for a bouncing horse made from an automobile leaf spring. What are these elongated dark items I found near water in the coastal New England area, made of dense material? It has a length of 138 millimeters, a width of 25 millimeters, and a height of 22 millimeters. It weighs 92 grams. There is no writing on the item. It appears to be made of ceramic, not plastic. Any ideas? It's the carbon electrode from an old dry cell battery. This dry cell embodies the chemistry and technology of one of the most popular battery types to power portable appliances throughout the 20th century and beyond. The company that made it, the National Carbon Company, later became part of the Eveready Company, which eventually became Energizer. What is this big metal box next to a railroad built in 1910? Around 7 feet tall, empty except for a few chopped off wires in the bottom compartment. Looks to be quite old and made of cast iron. It houses signaling and switching equipment made by Union Switch and Signal Company. They were made to protect the switching equipment for signals and junctions. You can still find some in use, but in very remote areas where hand operation and control are necessary. What are these large hollow metal balls I found near the coast of the Aran Islands in Ireland? They are 2 to 3 feet in diameter. They seem to be rusted out, and they all have the same black spots on the back. I found them in farm fields on Inisheer near the coast. They are trawl net bobbins. They were used for trawl fishing in the 70s. They are designed to keep the bottom of the net at the seabed. What is this little button with a spiral out of metal at it? I found it in the kitchen drawer. It is a little button, and on the backside it has a spiral out of metal. I found a few loose ones in the kitchen drawer. If I Google buttons with metal spiral, it just appears some buttons with nice metal spiral design on it. I've seen these in an antique store. It's a button extender. You button the metal button through the buttonhole of your jeans, then the expanding loop goes over the original jeans button to give you a little extra room. There is a small black knob under the ignition on the new boat. Turns freely. Nothing seems to change. Unsure as to what it does. It's a power trim adjuster. It sets the throttle resistance. Too loose and the throttle may slip while cruising. Turn clockwise to increase resistance. What is this thing? A type of scissor made of steel, between 15 and 20 centimeters in length. I saw it in the Klingen Museum, Solingen. It's probably from the 19th century. But other than that, the tag basically stated your guess is as good as ours. Please tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.